Hey guys, welcome back.
Yo, how are you doing today, Keedan?
I'm pretty dandy. Hopefully this one records because I don't know if you guys realized, but last one we couldn't upload because the first half of the podcast didn't record, and I thought it would be stupid to upload the podcast with only the last half of it in there. So
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not great video producers and,
No.
and camera operators yet. So hopefully, we will get better at that to create better content for you guys.
Also, you guys can let us know if you would still be down to watch and listen, even if we have technical difficulties like that. If you want the video still or not.
yeah.
Yeah, and I guess maybe we should just ask the people. Would you guys rather us do 2 1-hour long podcasts or 2 30-minute podcasts? So, like, it'd be a 30-minute release on Monday, a 30-minute release on Wednesday, and then an hour release on Friday. And hopefully the Friday episodes, because they are going to be longer, they might be an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. But hopefully on those episodes, we'll have another guest come in so we can kind of talk to those guests. But I think 30 minutes is just not enough for a guest to really get down to how they think about life.
Right. I mean, yeah, and then the other idea was just to have one really long podcast.
Yeah. Like release one on Monday and have it be 2 hours long maybe.
And then you can listen to it as it goes.
Right.
So those are our options right now. We're just looking at what you guys would like the best. For those of you that actually listen, similar for those of you that watch the YouTube video, we do realize it was squared, and that was me. That was the first time I've ever edited a video.
Hey, he did fantastic. Don't let him beat himself up. He's tired and he needs some food. So he's a little beating himself up a little bit here on the podcast. But we can't, without Keedan, none of this would have happened. I've had this idea for probably a year or so of wanting to just help people out, spread positivity. But I knew I just simply don't have enough time in the day. My day is completely booked from 5 in the morning to 10:30 at night, completely booked. And so it's been like I've been searching for someone to start this journey with the whole time, over a year. And I found people like, oh, I think this could be the dude. And then it wouldn't work out. We wouldn't have the same morals or whatever. I just didn't feel, like he was the right one. And so I was so happy when I found you and found that you were motivated to help other people as well. And so I feel like Keedan is feeling a little unappreciated, but he is more appreciated than he could ever understand. And I try to express that enough, but sometimes it probably falls through the lines.
Don't forget, we love you very much, bro. We love you.
Well, I think the other thing is just because there's a lot on my plate right now.
Yes. And you're definitely stressed out about your procedure. You want things to go good. You don't want to be off for 4 months. You want to be off for 4 weeks. You don't want to be off at all, but you want the latter, So, maybe that's what we should just talk about. So we were going to talk about intrinsic thoughts and extrinsic thoughts, but maybe we should just talk about dealing with stress. Really dive deep into dealing with incidental stress, say like a car wreck or say a death or like a surgery. You know what I mean? So like accidental
things that we can't plan.
Yes. Not work or relationships or that stuff, but stress that comes from an accident or things that we could never plan.
And the other thing I was going to mention is I know we had said that Jordan was a guest on this podcast. Fun fact, he's official now.
We expanded the team.
We did. And it works out better for everyone here. Jordan, he's going to be an extra help for myself behind the scenes. Devin's going to be working a lot more this summer, so it's going to help out a lot for Jordan to be here and help me.
For sure.
I believe our YouTube content will be between me and Jordan.
Yeah.
We'll get more.
I just took over the Twitter, so hopefully I'm excited to be active on Twitter.
The TikTok is live.
Hey, watch out for those TikToks with Key and I.
We're going hard on the TikTok.
And the YouTube. They're going to be sweet.
All of our socials, we're trying to keep up on them. A lot of people don't realize that most social media people, that's their full-time job.
Yeah.
Or most famous people have full-time people to do their social medias. And so we're trying to launch this thing, but we have to live our past lives just as much now as we did before the podcast to support the podcast and help it grow. And the thing is I don't think we'll ever be able to stop living normal life because we'll stop having normal stresses and normal occurrences, just like a comedian.
Right.
Like if a comedian only talks about hotel jokes and planes, a lot of people aren't going to understand that because a lot of people don't go on planes a lot and don't go to hotels a lot. So they have to have they have to have topics about all sorts of things. And if they go into this deep dive of rich comedian life, they'll fall right off. They have to live a normal, crazy life to have those normal, crazy, moments.
I think I would have to agree with that.
So,
the other thing I would like to add about kind of where we're going as a company is we are now branching more into kind of like the kind of streetwear with Jordan. And I think that's kind of what we're doing. We're going to go for, because I believe Jordan's taking over the YouTube, and I believe he's going to be doing the editing. I think we're going for kind of like a personal training in everyday life, and then just kind of dealing with, everyday life here with the podcast and kind of talking about what's going on in our lives. And then hopefully you guys give back some feedback on what's going on in your lives so that we can answer your questions or at least be of some assistance for you, because I think what you guys don't realize is that we really do want to help you guys, and it's not just for us.
Yeah, the thing I want everybody to realize is I have a very amazing and successful life without the podcast. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to be so intrinsic on my thoughts. I want to help other people. I want to think about their problems. I want to try and help other people because I've created this life and I want everybody else to have that life.
I was going to say
selling merch is, I don't care about selling merch. I want to grow the brand and grow our outreach to help more people. That's the main point of merch for me.
Yeah, I think Keedan was just trying to let the people know that we're gonna have a wider variety of merch.
Yes.
Not just like the small little merch we were gonna have.
Yeah.
It's gonna broaden the horizons of what we can do.
For sure. Yeah, we want to create a brand of all daily wear to where, it's not you're gonna wear this on a special occasion or you're not gonna want to wear it because it's like corny or whatever. Everything we're going to put out is something that I would wear, something that Key would wear. Like, we're not just going to put out Gildan t-shirts
and
here.
Jordan.
And Jordan.
Yeah, don't forget about me sometimes.
I'm not forgetting you. I'm not forgetting you. Because Jordan's definitely the flyest of probably all three of us.
Well, that's a compliment, man. I appreciate it.
Because I'm definitely just a 30-year-old dad vibe. I don't get
that's
crazy.
Very true. I think it goes Jordan and then me and then Dev. Obviously,
Yeah, probably.
Key, you are so fly, bro. Stop
That is
hating on
complete
yourself.
cap.
No.
All I wear is straight black. There's no way I'm fly.
Hey, black is a nice
I will
color.
say though, the fit to Wichita was kind of cold,
That fit was tough.
especially with the jacket.
Yes.
But we won't talk about that jacket.
Yeah, we won't talk about that jacket.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry to the people. You just have to think about it.
Yeah, it's an inside joke on a podcast.
Well, did I ever show you that jacket, by the way?
No.
The
Okay,
jacket's
well,
actually here.
It's hard.
It's that jacket.
Oh, that jacket.
Yeah.
I wore that with.
That's a dope jacket.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
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 It's
Anyways.
Sorry.
So.
Off track.
No, we're good. We just worked out. We recorded some footage for YouTube and TikTok and stuff. So we're all a little jacked up yet. I'm kind of starting to come down, but so if we're a little sporadic, that we're probably still kind of coming off a caffeine.
Come down? I just drank a coffee.
See, he's going up.
Yeah, we're on the up and
So
up still.
I'm trying to land the plane. He's trying to take it off still. So we're going off.
I was going to say, in terms of health, by the way, we're all jumping on the carnivore diet starting next week.
Yes, we are.
And one more thing about the merch, by the time this episode releases, we will have sent the email to order merch.
That's right.
Which means that hopefully next week I can get the website done.
Yep.
And then, hopefully we'll have that out for you guys, but that's not our main focus right now. And I know we've talked about getting it out, and I'm sure some of you are like, well, where's it at?
Yeah.
But,
We're so busy trying to build get everything on every platform, right?
Yeah. Because we don't want to do something unless it's going to be like the very best. I mean, like that YouTube video, I stayed up till 3 a.m. editing that and then just posted it because I wanted it to be out the same day as the podcast.
Yeah.
And then come to find out I can't even upload the podcast to YouTube without with the video. So that kind of was a
Yeah,
mood
that was a
killer,
bummer. That was a
but
bummer.
It's okay. It's okay.
But hey, life is unedited.
completely unedited.
We're grinding. We're getting things done, and you know, if we ever seem like life is easy for us, we have just as many, if not more, difficulties than some people that listen to this podcast. Obviously, some people have way bigger problems than us, but the podcast has put a whole nother layer of just things we got to think about every day. You know what I mean? So
Well, I think the podcast allows us to not think about like the external things and more like focus on the internals, and then like really dive in and talk to each other for the people's knowledge. So like how we handle things can help them throughout their like days and lives and just everything in general.
And the podcast, like just talking to you guys and hearing how you deal with things, and really, every episode I have to take a deep dive. That's why sometimes I pause, because sometimes I don't think that deep about a subject until we're like right in the middle of it. And so doing those deep dives on ourselves is really, I mean, my mood is so different than what it used to be.
Yeah, I would agree, and I think my workouts have gotten increasingly better.
Me too, especially if there's a camera there.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, it's not even close.
Oh, I like to work out like there's a camera on me all the time.
Well,
not everyone's a superstar.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about going hard, bro. I like to like completely exert myself at the gym.
But like,
Ew, that sentence was disgusting.
What?
Just the way that came out was gross.
The thing is it's all a mental thing. So if I thought I exerted myself really well,
no, stop using that word. God, it just doesn't
make you
sound
feel
right.
weird.
It does. It makes me cringe.
okay, if I thought I had a really good workout,
Okay.
and it was very effective, it's like 20% more effective if there's a camera there, even though I thought my workout before was very effective.
Well, like thinking of my own like internal battles.
Yeah.
I had one headphone in instead of two.
Yep.
But there was a camera there when we when we PR'd last workout for the YouTube video. I ended up standing it up just because there was a camera there.
Yeah.
My knee still hurts.
You're crazy. Hopefully we're gonna.
How are you dealing with that like random like body change and like having to deal with surgery and like how it's going to affect work and everything? How is that affecting you, Key?
Dude, I am so stressed about it. And I think it's more the fact that, I mean, it's really not like a hard surgery whatsoever. It's something that, they do like multiple times a year, at least everyone in their life has some sort of a tear somewhere.
Especially if you go to the gym a lot. You know?
Or
and
play
it's just
sports or anything in your life.
It's just the thinking of having surgery and having to sit out, especially for myself. Because that's just not something I've ever really done, at least for the past like 3 to 4 months now. I just don't take days off.
Yeah, so I think you're more stressed about falling back into your other your old habits
100%.
than you are the surgery at all.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, I think I feel like a lot of people have that, but I think if you're conscious about it, you're going to be fine. But if you're not conscious about it, that's when it starts to trick you. Because you'll think, well, I'm on a break. I can have a little ice cream too. Yeah. Or I'm on a break. I don't have to really try that hard to recover faster. Or I'm on a break. I needed this break. I haven't had a day off in 3 months. God thought I deserved a break. So he gave me
my meniscus.
Yes.
Well,
but some people would think that way, right?
I mean, I guess that's true.
Some people would think, oh, I'm so sorry that I worked so hard. I understand now I need to take a break and maybe not do it anymore. Well, because they had this injury and they're too afraid to go back because they think they look bad or whatever.
Well, I was going to say the thing that I wish I knew was how I tore it. I have no idea what I did. And that's kind of what's kind of like throwing me off is like, well, what if I do this movement again, but I don't know what it is, so I can't.
Yeah.
Well, I think it could be the fact that even now with it, you even say, take a rest day, win the day. So, like, you overexerted your body, didn't listen to your body, probably hit legs too much, and then didn't have the correct, like, nutrition and diet and recovery to where your body just tore.
100% not the recovery.
And I think you have to listen to your body when you work out and just in life. Like, if you don't sleep enough, your body's going to tell you. You're going to be tired or, like, exhausted and drained.
Yeah. And
you mean like Monday when we worked out?
Yeah. Yes.
And the reason I do so much tissue work is because it's way harder to tear a tendon or to, just have injuries like that if everything's very pliable. So like Tom Brady and a lot of other very, they've had a very long career at a very high level. They all account a lot of that to tissue work because, they're breaking down that muscle all the time, and you got to put it back together sometimes, you know what I mean? So that recovery for them is just as important as training. And so that's why I do it. And I think a lot of injuries occur because people are more worried about growth than they are about actually taking care of their body. You know what I mean? So like, I care about growing muscle, but I care more about my health and my condition and my ability to have a long career or a long, gym.
Form before weight and recovery over everything else.
For sure.
Coming to you, like, with my certifications is, like, something that I really believe in.
Yes. And any good coach would tell you that.
Yeah.
Any good coach.
Exactly.
No coach would say, you have to do this every single day, no matter if you have a half-torn meniscus or, a broken leg. You have to exert the same amount of energy. No good coach would say that.
Okay, Key. So that's like an internal problem. How is that internal problem like affecting your external life, external problems, and like how does that like feel in your day-to-day life, and like how are you going about that?
I will say, especially at my chiropractic job, it's really like bothering me to like move around. I guess that's kind of, I don't know why, but it's always in the morning that it hurts more.
Well, I think it's because your muscles are just a lot tighter.
Well, I mean, it could be, but then anytime I'm at the gym, it doesn't hurt. And I think maybe it's because my mind's off of it or my mind's thinking about something else. But then it's after the gym, and then it hurts even more than it did before the gym. And then it's like,
yeah.
Then and I can't figure out that balance of what to do.
Well, I think the thing is when it's cold, when you're in the gym and you're taking a pre-workout, you have a lot of blood flow. So there's a lot of heat, it's really warming it up. And then you exert energy using that knee. And then after the gym, it cools back down and you've stressed it out more. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, that's why it hurts more after the gym.
Like I say, the thing that I don't realize is, or like understand is they told me to ice my knee, elevate my knee, ice it, blah, blah, blah. And I do. And then it hurts more.
Yeah.
And it like, there's no way, like I can't even like move my leg at that point.
Do you have a heating pack, bro?
I do.
Okay,
and I tried that and that made it worse too.
So I would go heat and then ice and then heat again to get the blood flow back in, and that will take the pain and swelling away.
Well, I mean, that could work. I never did it back to back.
Honestly, and this is legal everywhere because it's, not psychedelic or whatever. CBD is a great, it's an amazing thing for inflammation because that's what you have a lot of.
You could get the CBD cream.
Yeah, you can.
After doing like hot, cold.
Yeah.
You could like rub that on there.
And for those of you listening that, I know CBD is legal literally everywhere.
Yeah.
In case you were wondering about how CBD works, the best, type of CBD to use, I've never done it, but I've done my research on it because I thought about doing it for my knee, was, and it's a lot of people don't realize it, but for CBD to work, it needs a certain amount of THC per CBD percentage. And so the percentage that's legal around the United States is actually fake. Like they say you can only have this much THC.
Right.
It doesn't work with that much THC.
Right.
So like I went to Colorado. My uncle got me CBD cream.
Yeah.
I put that on my elbow when I had tendonitis, and it was like, oh my gosh,
yeah,
like it actually helps.
But the thing is if it's transdermal, it's a different effect. You know what I mean? The THC isn't, because it's just like when you take an edible. An edible doesn't go into your system as THC. So it goes in and then it converts to 5-oxy, whatever the heck it is. So that's why 10 milligrams of that is so crazy, because it turns into this other chemical. Same thing with transdermal creams of THC.
Well, I was going to say, but like the thing with that is that if you get something, say here in Kansas, you have to put on like 4 times as much to even get the same effect.
Yes.
And so like for people that don't understand, like, oh, I bought CBD and it's just like a placebo. No, it's you literally won't feel anything if you're doing it what they suggest. You have to do 4 times the amount.
If you do like the 10 milligrams or whatever, you have to get after it.
Yeah, until it's like legal across the entire United States. I'm talking about THC.
Yeah.
You might as well stick to the icy hot or like BioFreeze.
Dude, BioFreeze is
That, bro, you might as well start putting that on your knee when you wake up.
I do.
And then, like, stretch. Do you stretch your hamstrings, calves, and quads in the morning? Like, around your knee?
Foam rolling.
Well, I think I do everything except for my hips. And we found out the other day my hips are super tight.
Yeah, your IT band,
so
bro. You should start doing some hip stretches. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if that's kind of what's screwing up.
Yeah, back to, like, the...
yeah, because your IT band is pulling your knee all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's pulling that tendon, right? So the thing to think about is your bones without muscles would be nothing. They'd be a pile of bones. And so if you have like a lot of we're totally getting off subject here, but it's okay because I think it's a good subject. The thing about a lot of like wrist pain or elbow pain or neck pain is it's the muscles that are causing the bones to go crazy. So like chiropractors work, but you have to go to a chiropractor often because they're not manipulating that muscle long term, right?
Oh, no. So the actual idea behind chiropractic is you're positioning bones in place for muscles to develop around those bones, the new placement.
Right.
And people don't understand that because, oh, you just popped me back in place. I feel good today.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sore right now. Why am I sore?
Yeah.
It's because your muscles have to move with it.
Yes.
And that's why, like, my back is straightening up because I have scoliosis. For whoever doesn't know that, it doesn't really matter. I don't care. I still squat.
Yeah.
When they move your bones, like that spinal structure, that's the most dangerous thing you can do, quote unquote.
Yes.
But when you adjust it, all you're doing is moving the muscle so that it pushes it, and it's not actually the bones that are being, shoved.
Right.
So
right.
I think that's kind of cool. I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and so, like, so the chiropractor kind of does I feel like massage therapists do preventative work, and chiropractors do, like, post-injury work.
Repair.
Yeah, repair. You know what I mean? So I go to the massage guy, and I don't want to have any pains when I leave there or until I go back, right? So the pain is increasing because my muscles are getting tighter. But when you go to a chiropractor, it's like, I'm in pain. You have to fix me. You know what I mean?
And start telling your chiropractor everything.
Yeah, we talked about this last episode.
I mean,
same thing with
seriously,
doctors. Like they don't know what's wrong with you if you give them false symptoms.
Well, that falls underneath like your internal problems and your external problems. Like, say your back is like tight and like you hurt every day. Mm-hmm. Well, that's gonna affect your job, like your love life, your like cooking ability, just your day-to-day everything you do. It's gonna affect you. Mm-hmm. So you might as well go into this place, say, look, this hurts here, and there, and I think this is why, and then go a couple times so your external life can be better because your internal life has also progressed.
Yeah.
Everybody is completely fine with spending $100 on, a couple T-shirts and a dinner. Mm-hmm. But no one wants to spend money on their recovery. No one wants to spend money on themselves.
Yeah.
Just like a pair of AirPods. Like, yeah, a pair of AirPods will last a long time, but so will...
Wired.
Yeah, but so will helping your body out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you don't have active recovery, if you aren't helping your body fix its injuries all along, you're going to be in shambles when you're 50. Because your body's been having to deal with all of these issues while someone that goes to the chiropractor, gets massages, whatever it may be, those people are going to be nimble and ready to go at 50 because they've done all of this maintenance. They're maintaining their body.
I was going to say, the cool... Well,
go ahead.
I'll just go real quick.
Go ahead.
There's a patient that's been coming in.
Mm-hmm.
He's been coming in consecutively for a very long time. Before I got there, has been there for like 40 years.
Yeah.
He's like 65.
Yes.
And he goes to the gym we do.
Right.
And runs 4 miles a day and then does personal training.
Yeah.
Oh, is that guy you introduced me to the first time we went to Genesis?
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, no, you can't say his name. HIPAA. That's a HIPAA violation if I say his name.
Oh, okay.
Because he's a patient.
Yeah.
So I can't reveal that.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways.
Yeah, but no, I think it's crazy that, just working on that recovery or working on whatever's been going on, because he's had medical history with his spine, and he's still...
And if you can't afford massages, most people can afford a foam roller. Yeah. You can do so much help to your gym life and just normal life if you spend 20 minutes a day foam rolling and stretching.
See, that man just made a very solid point.
Like, you don't have to spend money to do recovery.
Because that's what I was going to say. I have a very tight
budget.
Like, rotator cuff. That, too. My budget is so tight.
So, I was just talking.
This podcast stuff made my pocket hurt.
Oh, for real.
Bro, but it's okay. So, like, the foam roller and whatnot, like, when I go to the gym, I use it to stretch my IT bands, reset my hips, and roll out, like, anything tight in my back.
In your back, yeah.
Yes. So I have like a really tight rotator cuff area in my right shoulder, and I roll that out every day. And I'll also use a racquetball to like
put it against a wall, roll it out.
And then just to make sure my left side doesn't get like overly tight or like not as loose as my right side because I just focused it, I'll do it on both sides.
Yeah.
So like you mentioned, you don't need to go to a doctor or anything. As long as you learn how to actively, correctly stretch with a foam roller and stretch in your day-to-day life, your life will get so much better.
Or, you know, in like massage guns, like Theraguns or Hypervolts, those thing right there. Those things.
Lifesavers.
Lifesavers. Yeah.
For real.
I made
Wow.
I made that.
Talk about cringe for exert. That was cringy, bro.
I made that. I made that investment, and I'm super excited I did.
No, the Theragun's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
But anyways, maybe we should go back to injuries and unplanned stresses.
Yeah, okay.
How far are we? 30 minutes?
Yeah, right on the dot.
Hey, look at that.
This man's
what a
time
guess.
management
Get that
is
time management
outrageous.
Jeez Louise.
Okay, so I think
Just doesn't talk.
nothing. I have no thoughts on the subject. No. So I guess the stresses that we are focusing on are just things that are completely unplanned, or they might be planned, but they're really short-term plans. Like you learn about something, like you have a heart attack, or you wreck your car.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, he went from something unplanned to you're dead.
Yeah.
no, but like think about Robbie. Like I'm sure he had to deal with that stress.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't plan that.
No, he didn't, and that it was even worse because he didn't have insurance at the time.
So like,
And then, but he was back in the gym 2 days after.
yeah. Well, he's a wild man.
He's me.
Crazy.
I am Rob.
Yeah. You're the short. You're the
You're the
younger,
short.
I was gonna say the shorter term.
Yeah.
You're the younger Robbie.
I love
With
that
curly
guy.
hair.
I love that guy so much.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know him, be jealous. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Robbie.
Robbie.
I'm gonna have him listen to this. He's gonna be in Florida for this.
Oh man, get out of here, Robbie. Anyways, so you have all these unplanned events that can cause a lot of stress. Say even you got a bad grade on a test, and so this next test
You got to study a bit
you
more. For
like really got to get after it, you know. And so usually when you have those unplanned stresses, those are the times you don't want to think about, you know, the stress. You want to think about
How to resolve.
I'm here. We got to get to the next chapter. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Because if you're thinking about the event, you're just stressing over it.
well, I mean, the easiest example would be waking up and you're sore.
Yeah.
Waking up in pain. I mean, like, how are you going to get around certain things in your day with a bit of soreness?
Yeah.
You still manage. I mean, 90% of the time people will wake up and they're like, oh, my back hurts. And then at the end of the day, you know, it's not even on their mind. Like, oh, my back hurt this morning? I mean, like, yeah, no. It's not something that you're going to think about, like, a majority of the time. And you kind of just naturally deal with it as the day goes on because different things pop up. But you can't plan an entire day. And I think that's what people don't realize. I mean, like, having a schedule is awesome. Trying to be punctual is awesome.
Yeah.
But there's so many different things that could go wrong, that could happen, or, you know, things that are, you know, kind of unplanned. And that's the amazing part about having people that understand kind of how life works.
Yeah.
Around you, because if you plan something, I know me and Jordan went to like dinner, and then, you know, we didn't get home till like super late, but that wasn't something we had planned.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, we were both like tired, but it was kind of like, hey, Jordan, I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was going to happen. He was like, you know, it's fine. Like, it, you know, it's not something that we expected to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And a lot of places a lot of other countries, everybody lives that way.
yeah.
Like if you go to most of Europe, if they say they're going to have a 7:00 meeting, yeah, you can get there at 7, but it might not start until 8 because the things are a lot more fluid. And so America, we have this really rigid schedule, which is fine, but it creates a lot of stress for some people, you know? So, you know, if you're on the 405 and you're in a traffic jam, you're going to stress out so hard because your schedule was very tight, and now you're going to be 10 minutes late, and everybody's going to they're going to scold you for being 10 minutes late. But like that 10 minutes isn't probably going to kill anybody else's day. You know what I mean?
I think having like punctuation is great, but I also think having like a solidified mindset for your days is even better, because if you keep the correct mindset and like stay positive and know you're gonna grind still and work hard and like throw a smile on your face and not let anything like ruin your day, like discipline. Internally, like the external things, discipline, you'll be fine. Life might suck for like 5 minutes, but the fact that you're keeping the correct mindset and thinking about the correct things, it's gonna be like okay by the end of the night or the next day.
A lot of people probably think that we just have this motivation all the time, that we just always have these motivational thoughts.
Well, I think
I had a mental breakdown last night.
I think the gym has really helped me for my dedication and like my mindset. And I like tell everybody you need to find something that keeps your mindset correct.
Yeah, but the thing is I don't have motivation all the time. There's a lot of times at 4:30 in the morning I don't want to get up. But guess what? Discipline motivates me.
Well, the other thing is, if you think about something, your body's like, dude, don't do it.
Yeah.
But your mind's like, I have to.
Yeah.
And then you get there, and then it's like, oh, it really isn't that bad.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Your mind is always going to tell yourself that, oh, it's harder than it really is going to be, until you start telling yourself, like, I just got to do it. And then as soon as you just keep doing it, it gets into kind of like a habit. And then, like, I'm showing up to work, and I'm smiling, and I'm happy, and blah, 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 and then I'll get done, and I'm like, well, that wasn't awful at all. And,
it's just like a lot of people think that the system is against them, and that millionaires have this signature club that keeps them in the millionaire status. No, they have the millionaire mindset. If they have a shit day and a bunch of things go wrong and they lose a bunch of money, guess what they do tomorrow? They grind harder. And guess what most people do? They wimp and whammer for a month. And they're down for a month. And guess what? That millionaire, he's already all the way back on top of the mountain and farther, and you're all the way back down at the bottom.
I think internal and external productivity, like being externally productive, like in anything you do, like say you have to just clean your house, like you do it right then. Like don't put things off, don't procrastinate. Like being productive every day also will help your mindset, because you won't have the like leisure time of just sitting there to think about like what possibly went to crap that day.
Well, and like it's so interesting to me. Keedan has never once heard me say, I was bored the other day. Never in my life have I said, that was a really boring day.
Have I said that?
No, because every hour of my day.
Oh yeah,
but like every hour of my day is grinding. I don't have enough time to think in the past and think about what happened. Like I had a repair on my truck that's probably gonna cost $5,000 today.
Well, Devin is the white Nipsey Hussle, by the way.
Guess what? We're grinding harder today. We're grinding harder tomorrow.
Grinding all his life.
Yes.
But
hustle and motivation.
Sorry.
But last year, if my truck were to break down, also this mic stand is cutting your eyes right off.
Sorry. It's my sensor.
No, you're good. Last year, if that would have happened, I would have said, whatever, I'll take it to the shop. Whenever they get it done, it's fine. I called the shop today, so I towed it to the shop already because I was pretty close to the shop anyways.
Okay.
So, and I was just trying to get it off the interstate. So, I mean, we were getting redneck. So, got it to the shop. I called them. Hey, can you work on my truck today and get it done, maybe tomorrow or the next day? Nope, can't get to it this week. Last year, I would have said, no problem. I got a vacation. This year, it was in their parking lot. I took it out in their parking lot. I did the work. Like, any obstacle you have, whether it be your car got stolen or you failed a class or whatever, you can't just let that this accident or this incident, you can't let that ruin the rest of your life or ruin the rest of your day. You got to grind harder. You got to go harder to make up for that lost time. So, like, yeah, that $5,000 or whatever it's going to cost me, and it would have cost me more to take it to the shop. So I'm saving money and I'm getting it done faster. But last year, I didn't have that motivation. I would have said, well, you know, I just needed this vacation. Thank you, God. I'm so happy for the vacation. Now I'm like, I got goals. We're grinding harder. We gotta go harder tomorrow and today and the next day, so we can build that we can recover that money. We can recoup, that loss. But I would have never had that mindset last year. I would have just said, it's a loss. Things happen. And I would have been pissed off about it for a month. And then something else would have happened and I would have been pissed off for another month.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, so like every incident, everybody's life, whether you have $1 million, $1 billion, or 10 cents, everybody's life has ups and it has downs and it has really far downs. Mm-hmm. But the people that have the mindset to keep going and the discipline to keep going, those are the successful people.
Bro, if you're low, the only way to go up is
to go up.
Yes. Like, you just have to make yourself keep grinding, have a good mindset.
All
the famous people like that, like our generation would know, Keedan. There's a lot of them. Well, you too. You're like a year older than me.
Yeah.
A lot of them will say I was $10 on my own.
Yes.
Living in my car.
Yes.
Next thing I know, I put a smile on my face, grind a little bit, opportunities came.
When you think about your mindset and you think about the future, think about it like gravity. Without any force, an elevator wouldn't go up because it can't defy gravity. Mm-hmm. Well, if you don't put in any effort, if you don't put in any force, your life's stagnant. You're going to be on the first floor forever. You have to go above and beyond. You have to defy gravity with whatever, grinding harder or trying to, do a side hustle or trying to just get another car because that one was stolen or whatever. You have to put in that extra effort to get to the second floor. And then when you're to the second floor, now we're going to go to the third. Now we're going to go to the fourth. And those floors never end. Mm-hmm. This goes all the way up. You can take this as far as you want. Because guess what? Before Jeff Bezos, there was never someone that had as much money as him.
Yeah.
He built another floor. He saw floor 200 million. He said, no, we're going to go to 2 trillion or whatever he's worth, So you just have to keep thinking about defying gravity, getting to the next floor. Defying gravity, getting to the next floor.
Well, I was going to say the other thing I tweeted it today and I reposted on Instagram, but I thought it was pretty important for people to see is that there's 216 hours every week.
Yes.
Okay. Well, how much of that's meant for sleep? If you sleep 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, that's 56 hours of sleep. Okay. That still leaves 12 hours or 212 however many hours?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
It was 128 hours, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
Anyways, I said before 90 hours.
Yeah.
Working on your future.
Yeah.
That still leaves you almost a whole day to do nothing.
Well, the other thing I was going to say is you have enough time to wake up in the morning and get on your phone.
Yeah.
Well, you said it's 168 hours in a week. 56 are meant for sleep. That leaves you 112 hours a week to work on yourself.
So
I checked the IG.
Whatever it was.
So I said 90. I'm giving people Saturday and Sunday, basically the whole day, to just do nothing. Mm-hmm. So if they grind, not 40 hours, that's not going to get you ahead. My grandpa always said, so he was a vet and he worked in a steel mill. And he said, he would tell my dad, if I worked in that steel mill just for what the hours they gave me, I'd be nowhere. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like he was this super successful guy at the end of his life, but he had a couple rental houses. He provided for his family. And that was because he did overtime. He did side hustles. He worked, No great success story comes from someone that doesn't work really hard and have really good discipline. Mm-hmm. No great success story. None. Even people that are rich, even people that get a lot of money, like whoever
through
you want,
inheritance and stuff, like just naturally rich people.
They don't make great legacies. They don't make great legacies because they don't work for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even if you get this huge head start, if you don't keep grinding, I don't care how much money you have, you can lose it so fast.
Well, I think the people built like us that have like more external problems and internal problems, like the middle class, the poor people, when they make it, they're more humble. But like, Trump's like just first man I thought about, I got a small $1 million loan from my father. Dude, you're the biggest prick out here.
Yeah.
Like, you're not humble at all. Like, you might work a little bit, but like, you're not humble. You didn't really bust your balls to get where you're at. But Jeff Bezos is a humble dude.
Yeah.
He's really like, he'll speak to you. He is cool, chill. That man grinded and had his own thought.
But think about this.
And did it, even with his own problems.
Here's another guy, same instance, Conor McGregor.
Mm-hmm.
But he did all the work.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between being, over the top, which Conor has been, which he's lost success from. Because his head got so big, he said in camp, I don't have to train. I don't have to show up.
And then he lost.
Yeah, and then he lost.
Got knocked out or choked out.
Whatever. And then he lost. He didn't keep grinding. He was on floor 100. Now he's back at 50 because he didn't keep grinding. He let gravity defy him.
Mm-hmm.
And so just like, whoever, just like Poirier, Dustin Poirier, the one that knocked him out. He was on floor 99 and he ground so hard.
And he just, like you said earlier,
Easy.
It's for Conor, he stopped applying the pressure.
Yes.
The dude who beat him and was at 99 and Conor was at 100.
Yes.
He kept applying the pressure to be at 101
Yes.
to take the step above Conor.
Yes.
So it's always like that, okay, I have this self-goal. I might have my external and internal problems, but I'm going to bust my balls every day to get what I want to achieve done.
It's just like people that win the lottery. Like 90% of people that win the lottery go bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was a successful businessman and you gave me $100 million,
invest it.
I would go, it would go crazy. It'd be a huge, it'd be
Rental
completely
properties.
different. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we
I'm
go
spending
wild.
I'm spending it to get money back into my pocket, not just have fun.
But if you just have a $2 ticket that gives you $100 million and you never worked for that, you worked for the $2, but you didn't work for the $100 million. You're just going to blow it and you're going to lose it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the same thing is if you get in a car wreck. You didn't plan to get in that car wreck. You didn't do the work. You didn't plan to do it. You didn't tell someone, maybe you did, but you shouldn't have if you're going to get stressed about it. You didn't tell someone to hit you. But if that did happen, it's already happened.
Mm-hmm.
What is, getting mad about it and just stringing your life out, what is that going to help anything? Like, here's a perfect example. And she'll appreciate me using her because we talk about it all the time. My mom had a couple strokes and she got in a couple really bad car accidents. And we didn't talk at the time. I hadn't talked to her since, really talked to her about life. I'd said hi or bye or cool seeing you for, maybe 10 years of my life. So, say from the age of 10 or whatever, I didn't talk to her until last year. I started talking to her, maybe the year before last, in the summer. Mm-hmm. And her life was in shambles because she was more worried about thinking about the past and using the past as an excuse, using her strokes as, look, I had this stroke. I just can't walk to the mailbox anymore. Or I just can't, I can't ride a bike. She had this mental block of, I had this stroke and that's just my life. I'm so sorry. It just sucks, but I can't do anything about it. And through time, I got it. Now she's lost 30 pounds in 2 months. She's overweight. She's lost 30 pounds in 2 months because she changed her mindset.
Mm-hmm. It's I can instead of I can't.
Yes.
Or
listening to
I'm
the
going
podcast.
To do or not. Like,
yeah.
It's like,
with her listening to the podcast and me talking to her and she'd ask me things about the podcast and we'd keep going deeper and deeper. She changed her mentality and now we're going up. She's defying gravity now. She's not letting gravity defy her.
I was going to say for everyone listening, we always tell you DM us, talk to us because if you want, if you want results, you 90% of the time you're not going to be able to do it by yourself. You're going to need some form of assistance from a parent, from a friend, from someone.
Just because it's a mental battle and you can't get past your own, it's very hard.
Yes.
I don't know how, but it wasn't even me. I didn't get past my mental battles. I listened to enough people, I listened to enough podcasts or whatever, and it motivated me. So we want that to be what you guys get out of this.
Well, how do you get past your mental battles, Keedan? Because you told me you're happy you started doing what you're doing now at 18 instead of I did like when I was 20, like to get the body I have now and like where I'm going now. You said, I'm glad I did this at 18.
Yes.
What helps you get past that mental block? What pushed you? Like, what was your decision to take your external problems and take that internally and grind?
Dude, honestly, quarantine had just started. This is right at the beginning of COVID, March. And I was sat in my house, and, you know, I'd always told my mom that I was upset. You know, I used to get made fun of. Yeah. Like, I used to get made fun of as a kid and all this stuff. And, you know, some of that stuff sat on me, and it just stayed there
Literally
in my head.
sat on you.
Yeah. And so I told her, like, my whole life I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to get fit, but I could never stick to it.
Yeah.
As soon as quarantine happened, I just sat in my basement and I did home workouts. I started eating better. I was just like, you know what? Let's try it. I started learning more about the body, how the body works, the movements, and I became almost fascinated with what you put in your body is what you get out of it.
The biomechanics.
Yeah. And so my thinking with the whole workout thing is it's great if you start working out, but you could see the same results from just doing the kitchen correctly.
Yeah. Didn't you say you went vegan for a while?
I did. And it was 100% vegan, no eggs, no, sweets. My family's big meat eaters, and they all thought I was crazy. And, you know, they would, you know, tell me, like, why the hell are you doing that? And I'm like, dude, like, I'm bettering myself. And so now it's to the point where, like, they just know, like, that I'm, like, healthy now, quote unquote.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You have that,
that's how it goes.
You're living
that's how
that.
it goes.
You're living that lifestyle.
Yeah.
You
and
know.
so, I mean, I used to run it 5 miles a day just because I was like, you know what, I need to lose the weight. And then it almost became a fascination with me, like, oh, well, let's run 6 today. Or what's my mile time?
Yes.
And so I used to post my progress, and, you know, I'd have some people that were like, dude, this is amazing. I can't believe you're doing this. You know, you're looking way better. And then I'd have people that are like, dude, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, why do you care that much?
Yeah, why are you even doing it?
Or like, why are you putting this out here? Like, I don't care.
Yeah, And so those people got blocked.
Yep.
I didn't care. Yep. Like, it was kind of just like, you know what? If you want to say that, go ahead. That's fine. At least you let me know what you're thinking. But I really don't give a crap at all.
Yeah.
And so once I started removing people from my life that I didn't need, and I took that break from social media in February and just took everything out of my life.
You started thinking intrinsically instead of extrinsically.
And so, I mean, there's a beautiful balance between thinking about yourself and what's best for yourself, and then thinking about what's best for others.
Yes.
And
or what others think are best for you.
Yeah, and so, like, it's working in the med field, okay? Because chiropractic's, you know, considered med. I care about every single patient in there and that they get better.
Right.
But if it was outside of work, I still care about them as a person, but I can't say that I care about the decisions they make because I don't know them like that. And so it's kind of like the same thing for if you guys were to message us. I care that you start making fundamental movements towards bettering yourself, towards creating a better future, towards getting started now versus later. But I don't care what decisions you make between now and getting started. It's a matter of just doing it. And that's what we care about is we want to watch you go from where you're at now to that level 100 on the elevator.
Bro, any progress, we want to see it. Like any type of progress.
Yeah, like tag us in your stories or whatever. You know, we want to see that progress. And I just kind of had this, I was just thinking about it. If you thought about your life as like a house, and the house is built on a foundation, and you have to keep up so if the foundation crumbles, the house falls down. Think of the foundation as your body. If your body starts crumbling, so does the rest of your life. So you have to maintain that foundation, whether it be in the gym or your diet or whatever it may be. And you have to maintain, that foundation to keep the house going. You have to maintain your body to keep your life going, to keep your life standing strong. And so without that maintenance, and so Keedan had a body that had, he bought a house, so his body was a broken down house.
That boy was moldy.
And he restored the foundation, And now he's just maintaining. He's just doing a little bit. He's just putting a brick in one brick a day.
He's pulling out the fun guy, bro.
Yeah. yeah.
The moss off the walls.
Yeah, he's pulling the moss down. Yeah.
Continue though. Sorry.
No,
Oh,
you're
sorry.
good.
I
But
had to crack
yeah,
a joke.
I mean, it's just if you think about your life as a house, and if you have a broken down house, an old house, or a house that hasn't been taken care of, you have to rebuild it to where it's a nice house. And then when it's a nice house, you just kind of
Then you can sell it for more and get a new one.
Yeah, well, but this house you got to keep because it's your body.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately. You
Well, I
can't.
mean, you can always get replacements.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And then until we can microchip ourselves and then put us in a computer and then do
Yeah.
whatever. I mean,
Yeah. Are
and
you
then
gonna
we
shrink
can
it?
and then we can live forever.
You gonna shrink yourself?
Yeah, dude.
Upload
That'd be awesome.
yourself? Wouldn't that be sweet?
I would never do it.
I wouldn't either.
Because
Just take my mind and put it into a different body.
honestly,
just drop it.
I'd be perfectly okay with dying than living forever.
Just drop my subconscious
the
into
problem
another
is-
like body, just like this subconscious into another body.
Like
That's kind
what-
of crazy. I might do it.
No,
No,
that'd
no
be-
cap. I might do it. Like that'd be
so-
fun.
Okay,
It'd be
but what if
fun.
you were born as a baby with the knowledge that you have now?
Screw it.
Would you do it?
I mean, I've only lived 21 years.
No,
but I mean,
I
like, if
wouldn't.
you took me now as a 21-year-old and told me go back to a baby, I'd probably tell you no. But if you took me now as a 21-year-old and told me to go back to like 12 to 15, between that area, I'd say yes.
I wouldn't, because you can read books and not get the meaning of the book.
That's true.
Right? So even if you had all the knowledge in the world, which we do, right on our phone, we have all the knowledge in the world. But even if I gave you all that knowledge in the world and it was stored in your brain, you would have no idea how to use it. You wouldn't have any internal connection to stress or to overload or to overcoming a hard, getting over a mountain. You wouldn't have any of that connection to it, right? So like you can read a book and it could mean something completely different to someone else than it does to you. Or it could have this really deep meaning, but you never understand it because you just haven't went through those stresses in life, or you haven't overcame those obstacles. So like even if I gave you all of the knowledge in the world, or all the knowledge you know now as a kid, it might give you like a little benefit, but it wouldn't. Like a lot of people would think that
It
it
wouldn't
would
give you a step ahead.
No.
I mean, you have all that knowledge, but you're still going to have your internal and external battles
Yeah.
that you have to deal with and that are going to put stress on your life, and you still have to choose to like do things a certain way and like go through life.
But like think about it. A lot of people, think, well, I can't do this. Well, why not? Because I don't know how.
You can do anything.
But the thing is, I don't know how. You can't ever say I don't know how anymore. You can't say it because all of the information in the world
Is right in front of you.
is right
At
on your phone.
fingertips.
All you got to do is look for it.
It's on Quizlet.
It's all on Quizlet.
Yes, sir. At your fingertips.
Quizlet
Yes,
and
sir.
Wikipedia.
All
And
you need is
YouTube.
Quizlet.
Well, like I made a statement earlier, the saying "I don't know" or like "I can't."
Yeah.
That right there, the fear of failing is what's holding you back. If you fail,
That's progress.
Yeah.
like a failure, that's a lesson. We don't like take L's. We don't lose. We just learn lessons and move forward and prosper.
I mean, 2 L's make a W.
Well,
Exactly. So like, if long as you like learn a lesson from it, like you were saying, or like even if you don't learn a lesson from it, but you just realize I can't do that again, and then also not have the fear of failure, anyone can be successful with the correct mindset. Like I made a statement earlier on.
Well, I was gonna say with we talked about taking that next step and working towards what's going on. One thing I wanted to do with the merch, and I haven't even introduced this to you two yet. We're making gray sweatshirts.
yeah.
And the whole point of making them gray instead of black is because we want to be able to show off that you're working.
The sweat.
The sweat, because that shows that you're actually doing something.
Yeah.
That we want. I think it'd be a cool idea if we had people send in their sweatiest, quote unquote,
Yes.
sweatshirt to show that they're working.
Don't be pouring any water on that sweatshirt.
Yeah, and
either.
no, there's a difference between water and sweat. I mean,
yeah.
you can tell a difference like in the gym. And so I want someone, you guys, if you guys purchase it, if you guys send us the quote unquote sweatiest picture you have working out and proof that you were actually working out or something close to that, we'll choose one of you and we'll send you the rest of the drop for free. I don't care. I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
I do not care. But if
Yeah.
you're actually going to put in the work, start working for, what you want in life, start getting ahead. It doesn't
Yes.
have to be in the gym.
And it doesn't matter if you're
yeah.
really fit or if you're really not fit. Like if you're really fit and you're grinding really hard, that's how you stay fit.
Yes.
So we're not going to pick we're not going to be looking at any certain body type or whatever.
No, I
if
want
you're
to
the
see who's
sweatiest,
working.
if you're grinding, and I guess there is kind of one downside. Some people sweat more than others, but it's still work.
Well, I mean, and then if you are one of those people that doesn't sweat, send us your workout.
Yeah.
Tell us exactly what you're doing. And
I'll
then
go
we'll
through
see.
it.
Yeah.
I'll go through
Yeah.
your workout.
Yeah.
If you send us a crazy workout that you actually do, and that's better than someone's
We'll
work they
record
put
it.
in,
We'll record it.
I'll make a YouTube video about it or a TikTok.
Yeah.
One of the two.
It doesn't matter. I mean, like, because we want to see you guys put in work. We might even bring you on the podcast. I mean, because we're looking at traveling eventually.
Yeah, we'd love
So
to.
then, I mean, if you guys have a gym, we'll come work out with you.
Put
or
you on
we'll
the
come
put you on the
podcast.
vlog and the podcast.
And if you have a struggle, if you've struggled in life, we want to get you on the pod. We
Yeah.
want to know how you overcame those struggles.
and
or
how
how
you
you got-
can
yeah.
motivate other people
Yes.
because that's what we're about. We're helping.
Yes.
We're about motivating people to be the best them and get through their daily struggles every day and just however you can prosper in life.
And the thing is, we're just three people. We're just three people that have had our own struggles. We want to have other people because they have other struggles.
Yeah.
Like I
don't care
can't.
how big or how
Right.
little your
Exactly.
name is. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah, you're a human and no one can step into your shoes and feel your feelings about your struggles. So if you have struggles and they're like real, you
Yeah.
speak about them if you
Yeah.
would
I
like
was saying,
feel like
DM us
want
if you're
to,
listening
yes.
this to right now and you're like, like I've
Or
had.
if you have a good story.
Yeah, and you're like, you know what? I just need to like tell some.
Yeah.
I need to like inform people of where I've like came from to what I am now,
Yeah.
or kind of like someone who's been on that journey. We want you on to help other people, and hopefully you want to help other people because you know what it's like to be at square one.
Yeah.
And so we've been in the works with some guests. I think I have a couple people
Yeah.
that would love to be on.
I do too.
And they didn't start with much, but from where they are now,
Yeah.
they're so grateful that they took those steps to be like to
They rebuilt their house.
yeah. And I will say there is one more person who we might bring on in the future, and his name's Crespin Wesley. Crespin, if you're watching this, I love you, buddy. He's from Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
He has almost a similar background to me, but he has probably the best mindset I think I've ever been surrounded by.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid is half the reason that I keep working. That was his brother today, that was there at the gym.
oh, is it
Okay.
Dom?
Yeah, Dom
okay.
is his brother.
Okay.
Okay.
But that kid, I think if you actually talk to him, you're gonna be like, how old are you?
Yeah.
Because he's my age, but he has probably
Forethought.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so he might not be the most book smart kid in the world.
Right.
And he's told me that. But when you see how determined this kid
Mm-hmm.
is to, make it from what he started with,
Mm-hmm.
it is probably it's the most mind blowing thing to me. And I think I have a pretty complex understanding of what's going on. And I think I'm pretty mature for my age.
Yeah.
But there's some things that I'm completely immature about, but I don't care.
Oh, we
Anyways,
know. We
yeah.
know. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, so are you, though.
Of course.
Devin's the most mature person I've ever met. I don't think he's ever been immature other than like twice.
Did you not see me at the gym today?
What are you talking about?
I was literally dancing
No,
Dude, we were both dancing.
He
On
said,
top-
Have you not seen the TikTok?
on top of the step up.
He
I
said-
was
Have you seen the
throwing
TikTok?
so much booty cheeks, bro.
God! If you
Oh,
haven't seen it
man.
yet, please go watch the TikTok.
Yeah.
I busted down in
Yeah.
the
Hey, bro.
blanket.
They were busting.
Tina
It was
from Bob's
bussin'.
Burgers ain't got nothing on me, bro.
It was bussin'.
That it was busted.
It was bussin'.
It came from the Starbucks drink.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So
I was on my
what are we
white
at?
girl
50
sheet.
minutes.
We're at an hour.
Okay.
Wow, we spoke fast today.
Yeah, it's like a time capsule.
I mean,
You just-
today was kind of rambunctious, but then we started
we s-
digging in.
Yeah.
Did we stay on topic?
Yeah, I mean,
I
For
felt
the-
like we did
I
for the
think-
most part, but had other conversations.
most of this podcast was Devin.
oh maybe.
No, 100%. I mean, 100%. It was mostly Devin.
Yeah, probably.
Jordan, you barely talked, and then I had to talk so that people were like, "Why the hell did Devin
Where-
talk the whole episode?"
Yeah, where'd
I
you go?
barely talked.
Yes.
I feel
I
like you
thought
talked
I-
a lot.
Was I not being loud enough?
No, you talked.
Oh,
I feel
but,
like
I
it
mean-
was good banner.
yeah. I
Banter.
feel like you was too quiet because I was looking at you dead in the face, not saying a thing.
Yeah, I was
I
looking
was just
right
chilling.
at you.
I was trying to think. This
Get that brain
Well, this
clicking,
dude went
bro.
from like Jeff Bezos to like elevator gravity.
Well,
and I was like,
I have these metaphors, right? I have metaphors.
well, I understand, but like my brain is probably how they're like comprehending
right,
things too.
right,
They're like,
right.
all right, so we're gonna go here. To...
I'm not gonna lie. I think my brain was clicking what he was trying to say, and I was trying to bring it back
Yeah, maybe.
to where like I could also ask you a question, and
Yeah.
then do things like that.
Well, that's the thing that I think is hard with Devin is Devin goes like All right, we're gonna start here. Oh God, we're all the way over here.
He's got
so
a
then-
squirrel brain,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
He just
It's-
like finds a topic and runs.
So
with
then
it.
we're still back here, and we're like, all right, let's come
Yeah,
down just
yeah.
a little bit.
let's meet halfway.
Look, I some people probably think I'm like jacked up on something, but my brain it races.
Mountain Dew?
No.
Jacked
I don't even like Mountain Dew. But it's
You know how many calories are in a can?
for real. But it's racing. It's so fast, and so that's probably why I have so many things going on in my life, and that's why I never say I'm bored, because I have my mind. We're going crazy.
Look at this dude flexing over
Sorry, I was
He's
looking.
flexing.
I was peeping the vascularity.
He was peeping those veins.
Did you end up hitting forearms today? I forgot to ask.
He did.
Yeah,
I
I
watched him do
You
it.
took a video of it.
No. At the end, you said you hadn't done forearms at the end.
Yeah, you took a video of the forearm.
Dude, how like
The meat. Yeah.
messed up are you right
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
now?
tired.
Off
That-
of like
that
your
pre- that
brain.
pre-workout.
Yeah.
Listen,
How
it's
much
been a
pre
long
did you
day.
take today?
Just one.
One scoop?
Eh,
How many magnums did you take?
just the two.
Man.
But I also haven't eaten today.
Why are you what? I ate a steak, broccoli, and fries before we worked out.
I had
I-
6 meatballs. Remember?
That's all you had all
Wha-
day?
what-
Yeah.
You need to up that if we're
Yeah.
doing the carnivore diet.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting there.
I'm
Sheesh.
talking like 20 meatballs.
Sheesh.
I literally haven't been hungry at all today. Like I
Can
feel like
we
I
not
had to
eat
force
meatballs?
myself.
I feel like that's a sus food.
Well,
No,
Can I
it has
not?
to be 100% meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would like 100% meat for your meatballs, huh?
Listen to this
Sus.
guy.
Well,
Sus-
a lot of meat.
sus meal.
A lot of meatballs
Sus
have
meal.
All right,
vegetables.
shower guy.
That's true.
A lot of
Whoa,
almost-
whoa! Chill out,
Oh,
chill out.
Yeah.
almost-
Chill out.
With the smoke today.
Chill out.
I don't care.
Chill out on the podcast, bro.
I hope she listens.
She doesn't. She hates me. She hasn't even listened to my feature yet.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Did she watch the YouTube
No.
after she said she would?
Yeah.
We're out on her. Just like we're about to be out of this podcast.
Gashing out. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess we kind of went off a little bit today. We had a little bit of fun, but we also kind of got serious. Let us know if you guys wanted to see the 230 minutes and the hour-long podcast.
Or the 2-hour-long one.
Correct. And
Or
then,
if, like, in the description, if you guys, like, want us to tell you where to jump to,
Yeah.
like, in, like, for a certain conversation, or, like, if, you know, if we ramble or whatnot, you can, like, skip around, fast forward, do whatever you need to. Sorry to interrupt you, Key.
No, you're good. And then the other thing is, it is still blinking, so hopefully we're still on this
Hopefully.
time.
Yeah, let's hope we have the recording
I
to
pray.
go with the podcast, because then you guys can peep us and actually watch and listen on the YouTube.
Because
like,
I think
you
maybe
can
it's
see
a
us
bit
talking,
easier to
you
follow
can see
around
everything.
if you
Yeah,
can see.
and then like if you guys like that, we can get more like interactive with it. It'll be lit for
Yeah.
sure.
I want to say, it's been my ugly self, Keedan.
Jordan,
Devin.
See ya.
peace out, boys
Signing
and
off.
girls.